Hey, welcome to March, Codem family. Today we are talking to Chef Kobe Cash out of Dallas, Texas, or no, Houston, Texas, right, Kobe?
Houston, Texas. Houston,
Yes,
Texas.
yes. Kobe is a chef slash NFL football player. Kobe, man, you've had a fantastic life so far, bro. How you doing?
Uh, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. My dad was an NFL player, NFL
I'm
football
sorry,
player.
your dad, your dad,
Yeah,
your dad.
no, it's all good. My dad played football. We all played football. My dad went to the NFL. We did basketball. We were a big athletic family.
Yes, I played football in college and high school, man, so I understand it very well. So Kobe, man, I'm excited to talk to you today because one, I want to talk to you a little bit about what you do as a Creole chef, man. That's one of my favorite foods, Kobe. I'm telling you right now, gumbo, jambalaya. I
Yeah,
was
all
on your website. I saw some of your creations. Talk to me a little bit about the passion behind cooking, bro.
yeah, so my passion from cooking comes from like many young black kids. Our parents and grandparents, we grew up in the kitchen with them. And my grandpa, he was just like so creative in the kitchen. He would come up with so many good things, and he always would credit that to my grandma, who is from Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, and
Okay.
she was Creole through and through. She taught him everything he knows, and then he took that and he melded it together with his Southern roots, and it became just like regular for us to be in the kitchen with him. And all my brothers cook, all my cousins cook. He made sure that it was kind of like a love language for him, and he showed it. That's how he showed us love. Every morning he would make us breakfast. Then in the afternoon my grandma would cook, and I think that my love for cooking really came from just those roots of all this good food I was eating from my parents and grandparents. And he also just kind of made a space for me in the kitchen, because there were just times where I just was like, I don't really want to be outside, but I don't want to be inside. I
Okay.
don't know what to do. So while he's cooking, he's just, hey, Kobe, come in the kitchen. Tell me what this need. Tell me what that need. And then it eventually kind of grew into, now I know what to do. And he's calling me in the kitchen, just like telling me, hey, go cut them onions up, or, peel those shrimp. And it just became kind of a love that grew throughout my life.
That's fantastic, Kobe. I'm listening to you talk. And the goal of Code M and what we do, Bilal, who's our CEO, what we try to do, man, is put people like you, expose you to the country and the world. Because there's a black kid somewhere going, man, I like to cook, but I don't know what to do with it. Can I turn this into a job? Can I
Yeah.
turn my passion into a business? You've
Yeah.
been able to do that, bro. You have 1.5 million followers, which is incredible, by the way. You've
Thank
been
you.
on network TV. How did you turn your passion into a business?
Just like those black kids, I thought the same thing. I didn't think that I was one of those young black kids that didn't know what to do. I went into sports. Like, they teach us that, you have to be excellent in everything you do. And so I went into sports. I went into the books heavily. I was a straight A student, and I played all the sports. And then I went to college, and I just kind of put the cooking stuff behind me, because I just didn't know how to make that into a career without like doing culinary school, and everything was just kind of unsure for me. So I went on to school, graduated, got a regular corporate job, and it was great. And then COVID hit. And when COVID hit, that's when I think a lot of people got back into their passions. I think that that was a time where people really didn't know what to do, but we had all this free time and we were working from home. So it was like, well, let me get back into what I love to do, or find things that I like to do. And so I started cooking again, and I was cooking for my brothers. I was cooking for my roommates. I was cooking for my cousins. And we were all just at the house all day. So I was doing a lot of cooking. And then I found out about TikTok, as most people did during COVID. I had no
Right?
idea what it
I
was.
had no idea either, Kobe.
No idea. I would hear my cousin on his phone just like all day, and I would just hear all, and I'm just like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm on TikTok," and I was like, "Well, I hadn't heard of it," so I downloaded TikTok, and I made my way to cooking TikTok, and I was like, "Oh, I could do this." So I literally woke up the next morning and I made a video, and I believe I made just like a smoothie video, because I was just kind of getting the groove of things, and it had like 100 views, and I was like, "Oh, let me do another one." So
Okay.
I made another video, and I was like, let's have a fish fry tomorrow. Cause I mean, literally we were just stuck in the house. So we did a fish fry, and I fried fish on camera,
Okay.
had my roommates come and eat it. My best friend, Rob, at the end of the video, I zoomed in on him, like really in the plate, and it blew up. And from there,
Wow.
I just kind of slowly started to follow the trends of what people were liking in my videos. And I started to do that more and more and more. And it just grew to 10,000 followers, 100,000, 200, 300, 400. And after a while, I was just like, wow, this is crazy. And then the brand deals started coming in. My first brand deal ever was Popeyes, and they were coming out
Okay.
with like a fish sandwich, and they wanted me to go taste test it, and they paid me like $900 to do it, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is crazy!"
I made
I made it, I made it.
it.
And I
Okay.
was, and slowly it just became something that I turned into a career just by basically reading the audience, doing what they liked, and resonating with them. Like during this time of uncertainty. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know when we were going back to work, when restaurants were going to open. So people were really into the cooking thing because we were having to cook at home. And so I just started cooking, and it just grew and grew and grew. It all translated over to Instagram and YouTube. And then the people at Top Chef saw me. So they called me and they asked me to come do this spinoff show. So I went on and did that, and I won. And then after that, I came home and I really started taking it seriously. I got my first big brand deal that was paying me more than my corporate job was paying me in a year. They were paying me for a couple of videos.
Right.
And so I took that and I said, I'm going all in. I put in my 2 weeks notice and quit my job, and I went all in. And then things just slowly started happening for me. I came out with my own seasoning line. It's all about taking what you have, building a community, and when that community, build that trust with them, and then you just go on to just provide things that they need. Like my seasonings, people would always ask me, "Hey, Kolby, can you come cook for me?" And I'm like,
Right.
"No, but you can have a little piece of me in your kitchen with this seasoning." And
That's
so
beautiful, Kobe.
then I came out with my website, and there's all different types of ways to monetize while still building trust, because you don't want people to think that you're just doing brand deals all the time. So I tried to kind of stray away from that, and only it became a point where I could do the brand deals that I wanted to do. And
Okay.
so it then after that, MasterChef called, and I went on to do MasterChef, and another audience came into my community. And it just all has really been happening in such a way where I just feel so blessed to be able to do what I do.
Yeah, man. I've been following you since we started talking a couple months ago. And bro, I have to tell you, I'm proud of you. I'm excited for you. You're living my alter ego because I'm a secret chef, Kobe.
Yeah.
I'm good in the kitchen, dude. Uh,
Okay.
but I'm watching your videos and I'm watching how you inspire people. And I love how you took an organic video on TikTok and you turned it into a business. Do you feel like you're living in your purpose?
I have never felt more like I belong anywhere. I even said this when I was on MasterChef. I told Gordon Ramsay, I said, I've never felt more like I belong somewhere than when I am in this kitchen, in this MasterChef kitchen, in my kitchen, in any kitchen where I can share what I know, what I love to do with with people around me. I mean, it's just how my grandpa showed his love, and it translated into how now I show my love, and it has really just been it's just been amazing. I really can't even explain it. I love what I do. I wake up every morning and I'm moving in my purpose, and that feels so it just feels unreal.
I have to tell you, man, and I agree with you because I'm kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And you know what, Kobe? We need you right now. I feel like, African Americans, we're kind of in a flux state right now. Food doesn't taste the same since the pandemic.
Right.
Restaurant food, I don't know what's going on, but I don't know if our palates have changed. Do you have any opinion on that? Or is that real? Or what is that?
No, I agree. And I think people are just kind of, I hate to say it, but like I said, cutting corners, or just kind of people are still trying to recover. So they're trying to make products with less money, which means less quality, which means that's what we're getting in our food. That's my opinion. I don't
Okay.
know. I think that, yeah, like you said, things just aren't feeling the same. They're not tasting the same. And I think things are just becoming more watered down. That's really the word I was looking for.
Yeah, but this is an incredible opportunity for you and for us though, Kobe, because cooking at home is less than eating out. We already know, how expensive it's getting to be to eat out. We
Yep.
also know the calorie count of food at a restaurant can be upwards of 1,800 calories for one meal. So, bro, I was excited to talk to you because meal prepping, cooking at home, better quality foods, a time away from TV and social media. Short form video is killing us as a society. So, bro, you literally, I mean, talking to you, this is fantastic because you're doing everything we need to do as people who eat, right?
Yeah, I think so too. And I give credit to all the other creators out there who are giving our audiences, because we're all in this together. I was reading a book recently and it was telling me how all tides raise all ships. So when people are riding, we're all riding the same tide and everybody's getting their flowers and people are showing our community what's important, and that's showing love and creating our own traditions through food and through family. Those are the things that I think we need to push forward in our community, because those are traditions that come from far beyond today. That comes back from our ancestors, where we were creating food because that's really all we had to have. And when we would fellowship, we would have food, we would have religion, and we would have each other, and we would have family. And so all of those things kind of bring us together in a way. And I think that by providing my recipes and providing my ancestral, like, that's how I feel when I'm cooking. I feel like
Yeah.
my grandpa is still here because I lost him as soon as I got back from MasterChef.
I'm
And
sorry to hear that.
I mean, I've come to peace with it because, like I said, leading up to that, we lived, like, me and him lived. We made videos together. He would call me every day and he would make sure that I had his recipes because he knew that that's how he would live on in our family. And I think that's why it's super important to just share tradition, whether it's food, whether it's traveling with your family, whether it's just building relationships with people outside of your family. I think that just sharing love and sharing tradition is really what's gonna move us forward.
Do you think that you have become so popular because of that? Because, you're literally bringing the past into your present and future, and then you're kind of teaching us how to eat good food again. Do you
Yeah,
think that's why you're resonating so much with people?
I don't know. I know I ask myself every day, like, what's the reason? That's why I feel so blessed, is because I really am just like genuinely being myself on camera while I cook. Um, and I think maybe that's what resonates. And also, yeah, there's a lot of tradition. I always like to say, man, we all grew up the same, because
Yeah.
we all have that foundation of what we eat and how our parents talk to us. And that's why you can be so funny when you can just be relatable, because we've all lived this life, and we all eat the same foods. We all grew up the same. That's what I like to say. That's why you can just laugh at videos when people say, like, we're going to go in this store and you're not going to touch nothing. Don't ask for nothing. Like, that's funny because we all got that speech before we went into the grocery store or Walmart or anything like that. And so I think that same with food. We all grew up eating those traditional foods.
Yeah, we're going to put your website in a link in the podcast and in the magazine so people can come to your site, and then also if they want to, go to your YouTube channel and watch you cook some meals.
Great.
Bro, I know we were supposed to get together and cook a meal together. I wish we had like smell vision or something, or we could be in the kitchen right now,
I know.
because you have a couple dishes and a couple recipes, man. I am interested in something with shrimp. Is it like shrimp scampi or a
Yeah,
shrimp?
it's like I have like a creamy shrimp scampi pasta, but I
All
also
right.
have these like garlic scampi shrimp that I just make on its own. And sometimes
Yes.
like an appetizer, like when I'm hosting events, it's like a quick and easy thing that I make, but it is a hit. And my barbecue shrimp. My barbecue shrimp, I mean, it's a New Orleans classic, a Louisiana staple,
Okay.
and those are just like go-tos.
Okay. So understanding that you have your recipes, me as a consumer, do I go on your site and then buy the recipe, cook it at home? How does that work, Kobe?
All my recipes are absolutely free on my website. You
Free.
don't pay for anything. I give them away. I'm giving it away for free.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
keeping it on game for free. And really, it's just because, why charge y'all to do a recipe? Like, this is just out of love. Like, I'm really just sharing it with y'all. I mean, it's all free. So I'm paying to keep my website up, but that's because it's just a vessel for me to share what I know. And you can take that, and even on the website, you can watch the video on how to do the recipe, so that there's no just like real questions. And I always like to tell people, like, if you can read, you can cook, and I'm just here for the foundation. You can put your own spin on my recipes. I'm just here to tell you how much rice and water ratio you need to make it come out right. You can
Okay,
add in whatever seasonings you want, make it your own, add in whatever you want. Just make sure that you are following just like the science part of it, you know? That's what
bro,
I
that is beautiful. So, do you ever do anything gluten free? Do you do anything vegan? How does that work?
I have some vegan recipes for sure. Gluten free, I I don't know about that.
Okay,
Gluten free, I don't. I'm not. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, I'm not educated on like how to make things gluten free. I could figure it
understand.
out. I'm not. I don't have a gluten intolerance, and I do cook for myself mostly. But I do have vegan recipes because every start of the year I try to go vegan for as long as I can. It never lasts that long though.
I understand.
I
I
got some
understand.
vegan recipes.
Yeah, man, I love steak and
Yeah,
ham and
it's hard.
bacon, and I can't do it, bro. I mean, like, I meal prep as much as I can, but I'm still going to have an occasional piece of pizza. Bro,
Exactly.
I'm have a slice of bacon. I
Exactly.
like food too much to limit myself.
I like food too. And I do think that I'm starting these more healthy recipes that I'm working on now, and I'm gonna start that recently because in 2025, I started 2025 out at 280 pounds. I'm
Wow.
230 pounds now. So I've lost, I'm not a mathematician, I'm a chef, so I can't tell I can't do the math on that right now.
Right. But wait. Hold on for a second. We have to talk about this, bro. So you started off at one weight and now you've dropped what, 70 pounds?
50 pounds. I was
50 pounds?
280, now I'm 230. I think that's the
And what was the secret to the sauce? What did you do?
I started eating whole foods. I started cooking more for myself because I started to realize I was only cooking for my audience.
Okay.
And my break would then become going out to eat or ordering food because I was just so tired after I would cook and I didn't feel like, and I know all cooks can relate to this, is once you spend so much time in the kitchen with all your senses, your smell, your taste, you're tasting the food, you're smelling the food, by the time you're done, you don't really want to eat it. So especially when you're filming, because when you're filming cooking, it can be when you're regular cooking, it could be 2 to 3 hours. But when you're filming, double that because you
Right.
have to do all the angles and make sure everything is right, make sure it looks pretty. So by the time I was done with that, I didn't feel like eating that food. And so I would order food or I'm going to restaurants because I don't feel like cleaning up again. After I cook this, I don't want to cook again. So
Right.
I was just eating. I wasn't really taking care of my body. I was eating and I wasn't really working out, but around February of last year is when I was like, okay, I'm gonna start taking myself a little more seriously. I'm gonna start making meal prepping and I'm gonna start making healthier options. And I wanted to see if it was gonna work first. So I was my test dummy, really.
Okay.
And now that I know what works, I'm gonna start sharing those recipes this year with people who want to do the same thing, who need the same goals and make it easy but still flavorful. And just let people know, like, hey, just add some movement into your everyday. Add in a little bit of go for a walk when you finish eating. Like those
Right.
little things really will change your body chemistry. And
Yeah.
those little changes that I made definitely helped.
Well, 80% of weight training is what you eat, right?
Yep,
20% is the physicality of it, but it's
absolutely.
really the calorie count. Did you do a deficit? Did you eat
I
at a
was
deficit?
I was in a deficit all year,
Okay.
basically. But I definitely didn't restrict myself. I ate if I wanted a piece of cake, I would eat it. If I wanted a piece of pizza, I would eat it. But the 80/20 rule is so important of like 80% of the time eat whole foods and ration out your food. Don't eat so much. Like eat on small plates. That helped me a lot too. The something about your mental space when you have a small plate, you can put food on it and you think that it's still the same amount of food. But when you get a big plate, you put all that food on there, it just makes your mind think differently about it. And yeah, like I just made small changes and just everything worked.
Now go into defining whole foods because I've heard you say that a couple times. Can you share with us when you say whole foods? What do you mean by
Whole
that?
foods are foods with one or two ingredients. So like instead of going get, I don't know, like cereal, you can get fruit
Okay.
because cereal is going to have all these ingredients and it's going to be what's the word I'm looking, processed, like processed foods. You don't want processed foods. Processed foods are foods that just have lots of ingredients, or like the cheese that's already sliced and things like that. Little changes to just eating grains, fruit, proteins. ingredients that are chicken. Chicken is chicken. I'm eating chicken. Grapes are grapes. I'm eating grapes. Those are whole foods.
Okay.
So it's just foods that aren't processed, that don't have ton
Now,
of ingredients.
did you did you eat fewer calories but more times a day, or did you still just eat 3 times a day?
Um, I would eat 3 times a day, and then I would snack with fruit. If I want, if I and I would, and if I had a sweet tooth, and I also realized that drinking will change a lot of stuff too. Like I stopped drinking. I don't drink. I rarely drink, and
Alcohol, you mean?
alcohol. I
Alcohol.
rarely drink alcohol, and what I noticed that changed was I started having more cravings for sweets once I stopped drinking alcohol.
Really?
I don't know what that is. I don't know
Okay.
why that is the case, but when you're drinking alcohol, when I was drinking alcohol, I can't speak for everyone. I didn't have cravings for sweets. But once I stopped, all I wanted was carrot cake, cheesecake. So instead, I would eat like a carrot cake or a cheesecake maybe once a week. And when I craved those things, I would just eat grapes or kiwis or cherries. I love cherries. So I just kind of, you make little switches. Like if you want something sweet, eat some fruit.
Wow, bro,
That
that's
helps a lot.
fantastic. All right, so talk to me. I don't know, are you doing anything else TV wise? What do you have coming up in 2026?
Oh yeah, 2026 is gonna be a big year. We're coming out with some new flavors on my seasoning. We have garlic pepper, we have all purpose. And we have lemon pepper seasonally, but we're gonna drop a Tex Creole seasoning, which is just kind of I'm paying homage to my grandparents because my grandma was Creole, my grandpa is from Texas, and I'm just kind of putting those flavors together. Been working on a cookbook. We're going to be finishing that up this year. We just finished our proposal and we're getting everything together to get it ready for everybody, hopefully by the end of the year. And I'm working on I'm working on new series, like I said, healthy series. And yeah, it's just whatever comes my way is going to come my way. We're definitely open to more TV opportunities, but we're just kind of looking out for the right thing.
Understand. I like that, bro. Now, as far as branding, do you have anything that we can find, around the country, see you on a box or, an advertisement right now?
No, you can check me out on my website, www.kolbycash.com. We're dropping recipes every week. My seasonings, Bayou City seasonings, you can get those online from my website as well. And yeah, anytime you want to see any recipes, just go to my Instagram, go to my YouTube, go to my TikTok, and you'll see all my updates there. We'll have a lot of exciting things coming this year, and I just hope everybody can be a part of the family.
All right, let's go into it for a second. So tell me your best recipe or the one thing you love to make the most.
Crawfish etouffee, hands down.
Crawfish etouffee. Wow.
It is my bread and butter. I have perfected this recipe. It's what got me my apron on MasterChef. All four judges, it was a unanimous decision. Yes, all gave me my
Okay, who were your judges for
yeah,
that show?
it was Gordon Ramsay, the one and only, the
Okay.
GOAT. Aaron Sanchez, Tiffany Derry, who is from Texas.
Okay.
She has like restaurants all over Dallas. I love her. And I don't know how to say his name. Oh my God, I'm really blanking on
It's
Joe.
okay. It's
His,
okay.
I cannot think of his name, but he's a restaurateur. He's like super. His name was Joe, and I really liked him. He was like one of my favorite judges, Joe Bastianich. That's really what it is. His name. He's Italian,
Okay.
so it's hard for
Okay.
me from the South, and he's Italian. It's
Okay.
hard his last name.
So, bro, what was the pressure like? You're sitting in there, they're trying your food. What's that pressure feel like, Kobe?
It's unimaginable. I was stressed to the 10th degree. And mind you, we were there for weeks leading up to that. We were there
Okay.
doing like camera testing and interviews, and we were cooking for like the behind the scenes team just to kind of, we were still auditioning. They flew us out to LA and it was 100 of us still auditioning.
Wow.
And so we were there for 2 weeks doing that, and they're asking us to tell them our story, and then the day comes, and it's 4 days of on camera auditioning to get our apron with the judges, and watching the people that we've gotten to know for 2 weeks not get their aprons, and I was the last day of auditioning, so I'm
Okay.
sitting through this, but once it gets a little closer, you realize, oh, they fly your family in. So they flew my 93-year-old grandpa in,
Wow.
my dad, and my aunt. And, you start to realize, oh, this is my story. Like my story is, my family. My
Food,
dad,
family.
who played for the Dallas Cowboys, and how I kind of strayed from the athletic path to become a chef. And then my grandpa, who's 93 years old, still making TikToks with me. He's here. And so that kind of calmed me down a little bit. And as soon as they started the clock, I just got in my zone and I cooked. It's kind of like how I think Beyonce has, it's like Sasha Fierce. I just turned it on
Okay.
Kolby Cash. Immediately started cooking. The judges came out there. I gave them all that I gave them my story. They want to make sure you know how to talk while you cook. It's just a very stressful process. And then finally, I go back there and they tasted my crawfish etouffee, and they brought my grandpa in, and they let him give me my apron. So all after that, I was just like cool. But then the competition really starts after that, and stress is not the word. We were stressed every day for months. We were there for months.
That is fantastic, man. Okay, my last question for you, and then I'll get you out of here is, a little kid walks up to you and he says, "Kobe, I want to be a chef."
Yeah.
What do you tell him?
I tell them, go for it. If you're doing what you love and if you are living in your purpose, you are going to live a more fulfilled life. And I want them to know, like, hey, I was in your shoes. I was getting told to do these things and to be this person. And once you realize, do what's best for you, the blessings start to come in, and just be true to yourself, and everything is going to work out. I tell people this time, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's working out.
Right, right.
And you don't have to know, you don't have to have a path. Just have a purpose, and the path is gonna lay itself out for you. So
And the thing I love about what you're doing is that you chased the passion and then money came behind it,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. And
You had no clue you were going to make money doing this when you first started.
right, and I still don't worry about the money because, like I said, I'm chasing my passion. The path is coming. The path shows itself whenever I do what is my purpose, and so the money is great. You're always gonna be chasing money though if that's what you're looking for. I always tell people there's a Bob Marley quote, and I don't know the quote
Okay.
verbatim, but it was a quote saying basically, if you're chasing money, you're gonna be chasing it forever because money's infinite. Numbers are infinite is what he
Right.
says, and I take
Right.
it, that's what he's talking about. Like, don't chase numbers, don't chase money. And when it comes to social media, don't chase virality because those are numbers as well. Reach the people you want to reach, and everything is going to fall into place.
So okay, maybe I do have one more question.
Go
So
ahead, I'm here.
when you posted, you didn't pay for likes, you did this organically. We always hear about the TikTok algorithm. Is there a secret sauce to making yourself go viral on TikTok?
I have no idea because I
Okay.
wouldn't even know how to pay for likes or anything like that because the algorithm is so up and down. Like, one day you're getting millions of views, the next you're getting thousands of views, the next you're getting hundred thousands of views, and you learn that it's not about the views, it's about the community you've built.
Okay.
It's always going to fluctuate. I mean, during the holidays, you could post a video and it don't get it gets you're posting a video and it's gonna get a million views, a million likes, no matter what. And then it slows down in January, February because people coming off the holidays, they don't have as much time to sit on their phone and stuff like that.
Okay.
You're gonna Once you start making content, you start understanding the ebbs and flows of social media, and you stop letting. And I think that I talk about this with a lot of my friends that create content. Some you can get into if you start paying so much attention to the stuff that doesn't matter, you start basing your worth off of the amount of likes that you're getting, off the amount of engagement that you're getting. And that can create some burnout. It can create burnout. It can create mental, like, health downs and like
Right.
lows and stuff. So
Yes.
you really need to
Yes.
just learn how to ground yourself in your community and in yourself and in your purpose. And once you do that, then everything else is going to be a lot easier.
All right, man. Well, listen. If you like what you're hearing, please subscribe to the Codem channel. Kobe, really good to talk to you. Listen, man, I'm going to go on your website. I'm grabbing the etouffee recipe, but I need to
Yes.
know. I can't be, if I'm looking at the box in the trash can because I threw the box away. I got to call you. I got to be a
Call me
fight.
up. Call me up.
Kobe, how long do I spin? How long do I shake? How long do I?
Call me up. I got you. I
All
got
right, bro. All right. Listen, man, I really appreciate you. Look forward to talking to you again. Hopefully you can supply us with a couple articles about food,
you for sure.
living well. We're the heaviest we've ever been, bro. We need you to
Got
teach
you.
us how to cook better, lose weight, eat healthier lives, Kobe. So I appreciate your time, and I'll give you back the rest of your day.
All right. Well, I appreciate you. It was nice meeting you, and I was so happy to talk to you.
All right, all right, all right.